Okay, students, welcome back. Our next chapter discussion on morphology of flowering plants. Chapter 5th from NCERT textbook Biology Bits. From this chapter, in NEET exam, there is chances to get two questions. Two questions. Each question carries 4 marks, totally 8 marks. In CET, there is a chances to get two questions, two marks. Okay, so this is the weightage of this chapter in NEET and CET exams. First, section A. Okay, objective type questions. See, primary root is the direct elongation of, see here, so this is primary root. This is the primary root. The primary root is the direct elongation of, see, generally the seed is germinated initially. So upper surface, it gives plumule. Lower surface, it gives radicle. It is when it is germinated, when the seed is germinated. So this radicle gradually day by day develops into main root. So here among these, pedicel gives shoot. So, but they have given primary root. So second option, radicle gives primary root. So for this question, the correct option is 2. Okay. So next here, plumule. So plumule, it is gives shoot, but they did not ask about shoot. So stamen, it is different. It is male reproductive organ. Okay. So among the 4 options, the correct option for first question is 2. The primary root is the direct elongation of the radicle. Next, the root, next, second bit, the type of roots present in mustard plant is. So mustard plant, what type of roots are present in mustard plant? See here, fibrous roots. So generally fibrous roots are not present in mustard plant. So option 1 is wrong option. Adventitious roots are these are commonly present in dicot and monocot plants. So that's adventitious roots are not present. So tap roots, see, tap roots. So in mustard plant, tap roots are present. So nodulated roots, these are present in leguminous plants. So they have asked mustard plant. In mustard plant, so see here, what type of root system is present? A tap root system. So the tap root system, it is the primary root and its branches contains the tap roots. Okay, tap roots. Okay, so next, it is common in dicot plants, that is mustard, not only mustard, carrot, mustard, carrot, turnip. In such kind of plants, so the tap root system is commonly present. So the second question, the correct option is third option. Okay, that's all. Next, fourth question. See here, in wheat plant, dash root system is present. Fourth question, in wheat plant, dash root system is present. Generally in wheat plant, so see here, see nodulated roots are present in leguminous plants, but they have asked wheat. So wheat is not a leguminated plant. So option 1 is wrong. Tap. So generally tap root system is found in mustard, carrot and turnip. In such kind of plants, we can found tap root system. So tap root system also wrong. So see here, fibrous root system. So sorry, fourth question. So fibrous root system. So in wheat plant, fibrous root system is found. So in monocotyledonous plants, the primary root is short. It is primary root. The primary root is short-lived and is replaced by large number of roots that originate from the base of the stem. From the base of the stem, large number of roots are originated. Large number of roots are originated from the base of the stem. This is the base of the stem. Okay. So from the base of the stem and form the fibrous root system. This is called fibrous root system. So it is the fibrous root system. Fourth question, correct option is third. Fourth question, correct option is third, fibrous root system, fibrous root system. Next, prop roots. So prop roots, these are not present in wheat plants. Prop roots are present in banyan tree. So among the four options, the correct option for this question is third option, fibrous roots. Next, let us see fifth question. Fifth question. So which of the following is not the main function of the root system? So the root function is not from these following. Provide anchorage to the plants. Generally, so this is the primary root. These are called secondary roots. So these are called tertiary roots. Primary roots, secondary roots, tertiary roots. Those are all provide support. Anchorage means support to the plant parts. So it is root. It is the function of the root system. So synthesis of plant growth regulator. Generally, roots also can synthesize plant growth regulators. That is auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, ethylene, abscisic acid, etc. So next, third, absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Absorption of water and minerals from the soil. So the root function is this is only. So absorption of water and minerals from the roots are carried by the from the soil is carried by the roots. Absorption of water and minerals from the soil is carried by the root system. So these three are performed by the root system, but they have asked not the main function of the root system. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is not carried by the roots. It is carried by the leaves, green leaves. So that the correct option for the question is fourth. Photosynthesis is not the main function of the root system. Next, let us see sixth question. A root grows in length. Which region of the root is responsible for this growth? Okay, so which region of root is responsible for the growth? See here, if you will see four options given. What are those four options? Root cap. Root cap is not at all responsible for the growth. Root cap. Okay, so option one is wrong. Region of meristematic activity. So region of meristematic activity. See, region of meristematic activity. See here. So if you will see here, this is root. Like this way it is. So this region is called root cap. Root cap. So this region is called region of elongation. Elongation. Region of elongation. Okay. So that's one. So this region, this in between these two regions is called region of meristematic region. So the region of elongation. Okay, so meristematic activity is not responsible for growth. Region of elongation. So this region of elongation is responsible here. So some cells undergoes repeated divisions and are responsible for the root growth. See, region of elongation. The cells of the elongation region gradually differentiate and mature. From this region, root hairs are emerges out. Root hairs are delicate, thread-like structures. This region is responsible for elongation of the root growth. So third option is correct. Okay, region of elongation of the root is responsible for the root growth. So third. Next, region of maturation. Region of maturation. So this is the region of maturation. So this is not responsible for the root growth. So among the four options, the correct option for the sixth question is third option. Third option is responsible for root growth. See here, root hairs are present on root hairs. Root hairs. Root hairs are present on. See here, root hairs, region of elongation. It is called root cap. Root cap. It is called root cap. This region is called region of meristematic activity. Region of meristematic activity. So this region is called region of elongation. Region of elongation. This region is called region of maturation. Root hairs are present in, from where root hairs are present in region of elongation. Region of elongation. See, this is called region of elongation. This region is responsible for growth. Region of elongation. So region of maturation. Region of meristematic activity. root cap. So region of maturation, region of maturation. So region of maturation, that region is responsible, region of maturation, that region is, so region of maturation, this region here, a kind of epidermis is there. This epidermis is responsible for production of root hairs, responsible for root hairs. So this is called region of maturation. Region of maturation is responsible for the root hair. Okay, so among the 4 options, the correct option is, second option is correct. Next, let us see 8th question. So the region or part of the root that increases the surface area for water absorption is, the region or part of the root increases the surface area for absorption is, see here, root cap. Root cap is not at all increase the surface area. Zone of elongation, it helps for the increasing the plant growth. Meristematic region, it increases the new cells formation. So root hair is responsible. So this is root hair. So these root hairs are spread to larger surface area for the absorption of water. So 8th question, correct option is 4th option. Root hair is responsible for the water absorption. Okay, next 9th, the tap roots. 9th question, the tap roots of dash gets modified to store the food. Tap roots, carrot. Tap roots of carrot. Okay, so modified to store the food material. So it is correct option actually. So onion roots not, ginger not, sweet potato not. Okay, the tap roots of carrot gets modified to store the food material. So 9th question, the correct option is first. 10th question. So adventitious roots of dash get swollen and store the food material. Adventitious roots. So generally, carrot does not have adventitious roots. So turnip does not have adventitious roots. Radish does not have adventitious roots. Sweet potato, adventitious roots of sweet potato gets swollen. So that 10th question, 4th option is correct. So carrot consists of tap roots, modified tap roots. Turnip consists of modified tap roots. Radish consists of modified tap roots. But sweet potato consists of modified adventitious roots. See here, supporting roots coming out of the lower nodes of the sugarcane stems. Supporting roots, generally supporting roots coming out of the lower nodes of the sugarcane stem are called prop roots. Prop roots are formed in banyan tree. Stilt roots are formed in sugarcane. So see here, supporting roots. See, if you see here like this way, stem grows. Below root system forms. Root system is formed. So like this way, like this way, like this way. Okay, so those are stilt roots. These are called stilt roots. These are called stilt roots. These are called stilt roots. Okay, stilt roots are give supports. Nematopores, these are respiratory roots. These are not located in sugarcane. Fusiform roots, actually fusiform roots are swollen food material in carrot. Sorry, radish. So among 4 options, the correct option is second option. The second correct option is second option. That is stilt roots. Next, in Rhizopora, roots are modified to form. In Rhizopora, it is a kind of a plant that is respiratory plant. Roots are modified to form. In Rhizopora, the roots are modified to form nematophores. Nematophores are called respiratory holes. Okay, so 12th question, correct option is 2. Tuberous roots are helps to store the food material in potato plants. Okay, so stilt roots in sugarcane. Storage roots. Generally, storage roots are located in some other rhizomes. So 12th question, correct option is nematophores. Next, 13th question. The hanging structures that support banyan tree are called. So the hanging stretches that support banyan tree are called proproots. Proproots. So that's all. The proproots supports the banyan tree. See here, banyan tree. So proproots here already we have discussed. So proproots. Okay. So stilt roots, these are located in sugarcane. Nematopores are located in rhizopores. Root hairs are commonly present in every plant root. Okay. So in banyan tree, proproots supports for hanging. Next question, 14th question. Stem develops from dash of the embryo of germinating seed. Stem, see here, it is the seed. The seed is germinated. Above, what formed? Plumule. Below, what formed? Radicle. So radicle gives root system. Plumule give above the ground stem. This is gradually turned to be stem-like structure. Stem develops from plumule of the embryo of a germinating seed. Okay, so that correct option is, second option is correct. So radicle gives roots. Okay, that's all. So pedicel. So the pedicel is different. So the pedicel is not present in stem. It is located in flower. Okay, so all floral plots are located on the pedicel or thalamus. Okay, so nematopores, that is not related to this question. Next, 15th, dash are the regions of the stem that bear leaves. Dash are the regions of the stem that bears leaves. See here, internode. See here, it is node. This is node. These two are called internode. So this is the node. It gives leaf-like structure. So dash are the regions of the stem that bears leaves, nodes. So nodes, from the node region, leaves are formed. Leaves are formed. This is the node. Leaves are formed. Okay. So nodes are the regions of the stem that bears leaves. Okay. Internodes. Internode does not bear leaves. Okay. So nodes are the regions of the stem that bears the leaves. So the correct option for 15th question, second. So foliar bud. This is different, radical bud. These are not related to this question. So stems of potato, ginger, and turmeric are modified. So stems of potato, ginger, and turmeric are modified to respiration. Generally, respiration is not performed by the root system, stem system in these plants. Perform photosynthesis. Stem does not perform photosynthesis in these plants. Stored food. Generally, stems of potato, ginger, and turmeric are modified to store the food material. So stems of potato, ginger, turmeric are not modified to provide support. So that the correct option for 16th question, 3. Next, in gourds, axillary buds develop spirally coiled structures. Those are called gourd. Gourd means what? So cucumber families belongs to the gourd. Gourd, bitter gourd, angular gourd, bottle gourd, snake gourd. Those are in gourd, in those plants. Axillary buds develop spirally. See here like this way. This is called axillary bud. This axillary bud spirally coiled structure. These are called tendrils. In gourds, tendrils. In gourds, the axillary buds develop spirally coiled structures. Those spirally coiled structures are called tendrils. So thorns, offset suckers, these are not related to this question. Thorns are not, these are located in another plants. Offset suckers, these are located in aquatic plants. Okay, so that 7th question, correct option is 2. Next, 18th question. Dash protect the bougainvillea from grazing animals. Some of the browsing animals feed bougainvillea. So in such cases, those will develop a kind of protecting organs. Those are called tendrils. So those tendrils, like these forms, these are called tendrils. Sorry, not tendrils. Here, tendrils, suckers, offsets. These 3 are not. 4 thorns. These are called thorns. Thorns means Needle-like structures, needle-like structures. It protects the bougainvillea from grazing animals. That's why if you observe bougainvillea plant, it has a number of thorns which protect the bougainvillea plant from grazing animals. So that for the 18th question, correct option is 4th. Next, 19th question. Stems are modified into flattened structures which carry out photosynthesis in. Stems are modified. See, euphorbia stem is not modified. Opuntia. So opuntia in opuntia stem is modified to flattened structure. See here. So like this way, flattened structure. Like this, like this, like this, like this. This like this. Opuntia modified flattened structure which carry out photosynthesis. So this is what occurs in opuntia. In opuntia, stems are modified into flattened structures which carry out photosynthesis. So that's all. So this is called opuntia. Okay. So for 19th question, correct options 2. Let us see. So in bougainvillea, stem is not performs photosynthesis. Colocasia euphorbia stem is not modified for photosynthesis. Next, chlorophyll containing fleshy cylindrical structures found in euphorbia. Those are modified stem. Okay, chlorophyll containing fleshy cylindrical structures in euphorbia. In euphorbia plant, chlorophyll containing fleshy cylindrical structures. Those are modified, not a roots, not a fruit, not a leaves. Stems. Phylloclade, that is example, phylloclade. So phylloclade, it is a stem modification. Example, euphorbia plant. So phylloclade is a stem modification in euphorbia. So among the 4 options for this question, the correct option is 4. So phylloclade is a stem modification in euphorbia plant. Next, in Pistia and Iconia, the stems are modified to form. See here in Pistia Iconia. So offsets is a stem. It is modified. Okay, in Pistia and Iconia, stems are modified form of offsets. Okay, so it stores the food materials. Actually, in offsets, in Pistia Iconia, tendrils are absent, stolons are absent, suckers are absent. So these are not located. In Pistia and Iconia, stems are modified to form offsets. That only. Stems modified to form the offsets. Offsets means what? Leaf-like structures which float on upper surface of water. Okay, that's all. Next, leaves originate from dash and are arranged in an order. See, generally, see here 22 question. So leaves are originate from root apical meristem, acropetal. It is wrong. Leaves does not originate from the root apical meristem. Okay, so option wrong. One is wrong. Floral leaves are originate from the floral meristem and are arranged in basipetal. So basipetal not. Okay, so see here basipetal means, acropetal means we have to understand. So I will say in 3rd and 4th options. So generally leaves are originate from shoot apical meristem. Yes. So when the seed is germinated above the ground, this is plumule. So this plumule gradually turn to be a shoot apex. It will be day by day grown and forms stem. Shoot apical meristem and acropetal. Leaves are arranged in acropetal means what? So old leaves are fall off like this way. Flowers also like this way. Old one is fall off, new one is formed. From down, old one is fall off. From upside, new one is formed. This is called acropetal order. So leaves originate from shoot apical meristem and are arranged in an acropetal order. That means what? So first, these are old one. Old leaves are fall off and new leaves are formed. New leaves are formed like that. So internodes, leaves are originate from, not internodes, and those leaves are not arranged in basipetal. Basipetal means what? Here see. So this is the stem. It forms a leaf. Okay, this is a leaf. So from this, lateral leaves are formed. Okay. So the first formed leaf as usually present. From this, lateral leaves are formed. Lateral leaves are found. This is called basipetal, but leaves are not like that. So this kind of arrangement commonly seen in flowers, but in leaves we cannot see this. In leaves, acropetal order. Leaves originate from shoot apical meristem and are arranged in an order, acropetal order. So 22nd question, the correct option is third option. Third option. Correct option is third. Leaves originate from shoot apical meristems and are arranged in an acropetal order. 23rd question. Which of the following is not a part of leaf? Pedicel. Pedicel. Okay. Pedicel is not a part of leaf. So then where it is? See, this is the flower part. This is thalamus. Thalamus. So this is called pedicel. Some flowers possesses short stalk. Such flowers are called pedicellate flowers. Some flowers don't have. Those are called non-pedicellate flowers. So it is not a part of leaf. It is a part of flower. Okay. So 23rd question, correct option is 1. Okay. So it is not a part of leaf base. It is not a part of petiole. It is not a lamina. It is a part of pedicel is a part of flower. It is a flower. So this is on flower part. Okay. Here 4 parts. 4 oars are arranged. 4 oars are arranged. Okay, that's all. 23rd question, correct option is 1. 24th question, leaf base may bear 2 lateral small leaf-like structures. Those are called leaf base. Leaf base may bear 2 lateral small leaf-like structures. Those are called lamina. So lamina, see here, this is called lamina. Lamina. Leaf surface area called lamina. But they have asked leaf base may bear 2 lateral small leaf-like structures. So those are not lamina. So option 1 is wrong. Pulvinus. Pulvinus. So it is not located at leaf base region. Okay. So that's also, it is also wrong. Stipules. See here, leaf base. So leaf base like this. Here, leaf base to lateral leaf-like structures. These leaf-like structures called stipules. So this is sepals. Sepals are located in flowers. So it is also wrong. 24th question, correct option is third option. 24th question. Okay, leaf base may bear 2 lateral small stipules. Next question, 25th question. Swollen leaf base found in leguminous plants. That is called leaf blade. It's not a leaf blade, not a petiole, not a stipules. It is called pulvinus. Swollen leaf base. See here, this is the stem. From here, the leaf base is swollen. This is called leaf base. The leaf base is swollen. This is swollen leaf base. Leaf base. This is called leaf base. Leaf base. Okay. Leaf base. So this leaf base is found in leguminous plants. In leguminous plants, leaf base, the small swollen bulged leaf base is found in leguminous plants. That is called pulvinus. Pulvinus. That is called pulvinus. Swollen leaf base is found in leguminous plants. That is called pulvinus. Okay, that's all. Next continuity we will see in next video.